prayer time this morning as we talked around different topics and I began to just let the Lord prepare our hearts to pray. One of the things that we kept coming back to was this idea of God leading us in this time. God's willingness to lead highlights our need to follow, though. You know, one of the things we see Jesus say so often in Scripture, especially at the beginning of his ministry, was, "Follow me." And those two simple words, that simple command, that instruction that he gave over and over again as he ran across folks in his daily walk, "Follow me," that rings with such importance today. There's such an urgency right now for us to follow him, to let him be the one who is leading. I hope that we are able to take this "follow me" command that Jesus gives, take it out of first century Middle Eastern times and put it square into right where we live today, that we are able to let him say to us, "Follow me," and we respond by following. One of the things that comes to mind for me when I think of "follow me" is as a child, a small child, living on Garrison Street in Frankston, and all the friends and cousins that lived up and down that street. And on any given day, we might be headed toward the creek at the bottom of the hill behind my cousin's house, or we might be headed up to the playground at the school behind the house where I live, which is now the property at First Baptist Church over there in Frankston. We might be going to the old gym. We might be riding our bicycles through the neighborhood. But at some point during the day, one of us would have maybe found something that was exciting or something we hadn't seen before, and we would have rushed to the others and we would have said, "Follow me!" And in our excitement, the rest of us would have jumped on our bicycles, or we would have taken off, put on our shoes, whatever, and taken off to go follow to see what was found. I wonder, can we as believers have that same kind of childlike enthusiasm to follow him when we hear him give this instruction, "Follow me"? It should, because there is great anticipation in letting God lead us in our following him, because he's leading us to what is good. He's leading us to the best, because that's all he has in his heart for us. He always only ever has the best in his heart for us. So what he is leading us through is good. It's the best. And so I have to remind myself sometimes, instead of going through this kicking and screaming, instead of going through this pitching a temper fit, so to speak, that I follow him. You know, there's some things about being a kid that we need to hang on to as an adult. There's some things about being a kid that we need to let go of as we grow into adulthood. Scripture says, when I was a child, I thought as a child, but now that I'm an adult, I've left childish things behind. As a small child, for a 2-year-old or a 3-year-old to be going through, there's a Walmart truck going by, to be going through Walmart with his mom or with his dad, and things not go the way he wants them to go. For that 2 or 3-year-old to lay down in the aisle at Walmart and pitch a temper fit, kicking and screaming, might be expected. Might be punished for doing it, but it might be expected. You let a grown person have life not go the way they want life to go, and to lay down in the aisle in Walmart and kick and scream and pitch a temper fit, and all of a sudden you've got the PA system saying, "We need security on aisle 7. Some of the things from childhood need to be left in childhood. We need to grow up in some ways. One of the ways we need to hang on to childhood mindset and ideal is this enthusiasm to follow him, to let God lead us. If we will let God lead us, he will then use us to lead others around us to him as well. But we have to start by letting God lead us. If we can do that, then we will always be led toward what is the best, because that's what God has in store for us.